Welcome in to this edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report, powered by Chat Sports. I am the somewhat capable host, your fearless leader, Tyler Jones, here with you. Thanks for joining us. It is time to touch our bags and drop our sacks on this mailbag show. And I've already taken a look at the mailbag this week. You guys are asking me about guys like Jauan Jennings and Travis Etienne as far as potential trades and some other things going on. So we're also talking training camp and a couple other things. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Our first question in the mailbag this week comes from Shad, who writes, in any scenario, Sky Moore makes the final roster. Well, at this point, it's not looking good for Sky Moore. He's had plenty of chances. There was a lot of excitement about Sky Moore as a second-round pick from a Chiefs receiver room that was searching for a lot of answers. Opportunity has been there. He has not capitalized. He struggled to stay healthy. And when he's been out there, he's not looked good at all. With that said, there is still a chance he makes the roster. It's a slim chance. It's a chance nonetheless. Whether it's an injury to Tyquan Thornton or Nico, something like that, that could be his way. Or he just balls out and shows us something that he hasn't shown in 3 or 4 years since he's been there. But it's not looking great for Sky Moore. He's got his work cut out for him, but there's still a slight chance he could make it. We'll see how things play out. Chad, thanks for that $2 super chat. Much appreciated. Tony, checking in. Tony, you got your questions in. You happy? You better be. Hashtag Chiefs. Tyler, I know I said this before, but before training camp begins, what are the best free agents the Chiefs can go out and get? We have talked about this on the channel quite a bit, and at the time of this recording, you got guys like Justin Simmons, Amari Cooper, Zadarius Smith. You could go offensive line potentially and go with a Dalton Reisner, and the Chiefs have more money to spend. They freed up about $9 million with that Trey Smith deal. So will they? We'll see. But the opportunity is there, Tony, for them to do so if they shall choose. Folks, want to make sure not only you're subscribed, but you are a part of what we call the Noty Gang around here. Those are the folks that have their notifications turned on. They're the first to know when we have new content here on the channel. So just to kind of give you an inside baseball, if you've never been a part of our mailbags before, we answer these live in real time on our weekly live shows. So when you have your notifications turned on, you're going to know instantly when we go live here on the channel, and I will answer your question right as you send it. It's magic, folks. Oh, wait. Oh, it's magic. Not Ozempic. They did some dorky spin-off song, but you get the idea. Subscribe now. Join the Noty Gang. Turn on notifications. Hit that Noty bell. And join the Noty Gang. If you're part of that Noty Gang, spam Noty Gang in the comments. Subscribe now for free. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV and turn on notifications. Dr. Alan Grant writes in, fearless leader. Hello, Alan Grant. Could the Chiefs trade for Jauan Jennings? So, another note, at the time of this recording, Jauan Jennings made it very clear to the San Francisco 49ers. He said, extend me or trade me. Do one or the other. All right? So, he's made his intentions known. And the Niners are an interesting pickle here because they paid Brock Purdy all that money, and they had to move on from Deebo Samuel. They might have to move on from Brandon Ayuk, and you still got some other high-profile names that are being paid like Bosa and Trent Williams and George Kittle and others here. Eventually, there's not going to be enough money to go around. And I'll say this, I like Brock Purdy, but I don't like Brock Purdy on a $250+ million contract. Brock Purdy's fine on a rookie deal. I don't like the idea of him getting franchise money, but hey, that's the Niners' prerogative. If they want to do that, by all means. So then guys like Jauan Jennings want to get paid. And the Niners might not have that money to pay a guy like that. And Jauan Jennings is coming off a career year, his best season in San Francisco with close to 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, 77 catches. I would be surprised, though, if Kansas City wanted to make a move for Jauan Jennings. I think that Jauan Jennings, folks, is one of those guys that's good but not great. He's somebody that if you're at the club on a Saturday night, he doesn't get allowed into the main club. But he can go next door to Bottle Blonde, and they'll let him in there. And he'll have a good time. He'll perform well. He'll find some ladies. But he'll have to settle for the 8s instead of getting the 10s at the main club in town. So I don't see them trading for Jauan Jennings, a guy that's not going to get in the main club. Should the Chiefs trade for Jauan Jennings, type T for trade, P for pass. Put your GM hat on, weigh in on our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break while the ad's playing. Get your votes in. Let us know. Paul writes in Bashard Smith, 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns, 30 catches, 300 yards. Is that on Madden? Because that's not happening in 2025. No way. No way in hell. People in the comments. This is kind of a impromptu weigh-in, I guess. Can you name the Chiefs' last 1,000-yard rusher? It's been a minute. It's been a while since the Chiefs had somebody rush for 1,000 yards. Pacheco's never done that. He's come close, but no cigar. I know who it is, but I will not give it away. So, first off, 1,100 yards, even if he beats out Pacheco and Kareem Hunt and Elijah Mitchell to be RB1, highly unlikely he's not getting 1,100 yards. 15 touchdowns? When's the last Chiefs running back to have 15 touchdowns? Honestly, I can't name that off the top of my head, but it's been a minute. 30 catches, 300 yards. Still no, although he is a very good receiving back. I like Bashard Smith. I really do. He could be the RB1 someday. But probably not now, and probably not those type of numbers. Paul, best of luck to you on Madden 26 with Bashard Smith. Bruce Wayne writes in, what about a trade for Travis Etienne Jr. of the Jacksonville Jaguars? So, a lot of people are still uncertain about this running back position. You know, what's Pacheco going to be? How much does Kareem Hunt have left? Should they evaluate other options here? Well, now I introduce you to Travis Etienne, who had back-to-back 1,000-yard campaigns in 2022 and in 2023. Last year was a down year, although he was on just an awful team with a terrible offensive line and rushed for less than 600 yards and 3.7 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns. It all depends on the price tag, all right? If I only had to give up like a 6th or 7th round pick, I'd be open to potentially moving for Travis Etienne. I'm not doing anything else other than that. And then you got to figure out if you want to extend him. Is he a rental potentially? It all depends on the price. I'm open to that discussion, but I would put that unlikely that the Chiefs are trading for Travis Etienne. Sound off! Should the Chiefs trade for Travis Etienne? Type Y for yes, in for no. Weigh in the comments section. Tell us if you think they should trade for him or not. Let me know. Cole writes in, did the hashtag Chiefs simply add 4 years to the franchise tag, which would make it a 5-year extension total, or did they just rip up the franchise tag? So he is referring to Trey Smith. Let me go over these details. I'm glad you asked, and I have that for you. So here's what happened in a nutshell. The franchise tag is gone. It is gone now. It's been basically removed. All right? We've gone topless now. We're showing our titties here. Franchise tag's gone. So now it's basically a new 4-year deal at this point, okay? 4 years, $94 million, 70 guaranteed. And then when we talk about the cap situation, here's what's also changed, okay? Now what you've done is you have gone from the franchise tag number and spread out that money over time, where Trey Smith is only going to take a cap hit of $14.25 million this year. So you've saved $9.15 million with giving Trey Smith this deal. And he's very deserving when you look at his numbers. Coming off the best season of his career, a Pro Bowl campaign, still very young and all of that as well. It sounds like a lot of money. It is a lot of money. The most ever given to an offensive guard. The most guaranteed money we've ever seen an offensive guard get. But because he just now had his best season, what you're investing, as Brett Veach is saying, that there's still better days ahead, that he's going to continue to play at a high level for a long time. I think it was a no-brainer. I like the move, and I like what it does for the cap situation for Seattle. Richard, Ricardo, hashtag Chiefs. Richard, anybody call you Ricardo? I might start calling you Ricardo. Hashtag Chiefs. Who do you think will be the number one tight end if and when Kelsey retires? Well, Noah Gray, I think, is arguably the best number 2 tight end in the league. Him and Isaiah Likely are that. But he would be on the bottom end of number 1 tight ends if he were to be that. So I would think that when they move on from Kelsey, that someone else is going to come in, whether it's a rookie or an outside veteran. I would say Jared Wiley has a better chance of being the future number 1 tight end than Noah Gray does. I think he's got a higher ceiling than Noah Gray. I think Noah Gray, we've already seen the best that we could potentially see out of Noah Gray. And I like Noah Gray. I'm glad he's still here. But it will be somebody not named Noah Gray would be my answer to that. Last question. Marcos writes in, do you think that the Chiefs will win in week 1? Against the Chargers in Brazil? Of course. Of course they do. Chargers are a good football team. I like Jim Harbaugh. I like Justin Herbert. They got a lot of talent. I thought they had a very good offseason. But the Chiefs are still the team to beat in the AFC. They own this division. They've won 9 straight division titles. I don't think that changes. I think they get their 10th straight, and they started on a high note with a win against the LA Chargers there in Brazil. They love the international games, love being on the big stage. Clark Hunt says they want this team to be on the world stage, be the world's team, and I think they'll show up and show out and perform well week 1 in Brazil. For more Chiefs coverage, subscribe now for free. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.